So I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies. This is the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit so it's ready when you want to put your cookies in. The ingredients you will need for this recipe is flour, baking soda, salt, butter, sugar, packed brown sugar, vanilla extract, eggs, and chocolate chips. You can also add things like nuts or whatever you want to make the cookies your own. So first you want to mix flour, salt, and baking soda in a small bowl. So you're going to need 2 1/4 cups of flour. Sorry about that. Now that the flour is in the bowl, now you're going to want 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and you can add that right to the same bowl with the flour. Okay. So next you want to put 1 teaspoon of salt in. And don't forget, when you are putting your things in to the measurements, make sure that they are reaching right to the top, and if you need to, you can level it off. Perfect. Okay. And don't forget to clean up your mess, because I just made some mess. So at the end, you gotta clean it up. Then you're gonna wanna set aside your dry ingredients bowl, because we'll come back to that later. And now you can get a bigger bowl, and then the first thing you're gonna wanna put in this bowl is 1 cup of butter or 2 sticks. I did not mention this before, but you're gonna wanna put the butter in a glass like measuring thing, and then you're gonna wanna bring it over to the microwave, and you wanna put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And you want it to be soft. You don't want it liquid, and you don't want it hard. So 30 seconds is usually about the right amount of time. Now I'll be waiting. Okay, now that it is just about over, I'm going to take it out. Now, it looks soft. It's not liquid, but it's not rock hard. Then you just want to pour that right into this bowl. Remember, this is a different bowl, not the dry ingredient bowl. Okay. You're going to want to use like a spatula thing to get the extra butter and put it in the bowl. So you can just scrape the edges until you get it all out, and then you just put the extra in there. When you're done with the butter, you're going to want to put 3/4 of granulated sugar into the same bowl. So for all you math whizzes out there, that is 1/2 cup plus 1/4 cup, because sadly 3/4 cup does not come in the set. Okay. You gotta make sure that is level right there, and you pour that right in there. And then the 1/4, do the same, make sure that is level, and pour that in there as well. Then you're good. Okay, so then you need 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and you don't want to spoon this in, you want to pack it in. And what I like to do is I like to put it in there, and then I put all the brown sugar in there, and then to make sure it's in there, I push it down so that it's really packed in there, and you get it all in there. Okay, then you want to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract in. What I like to do is I like to get like a small extra bowl just to make sure I don't make a mess like I did with the salt. And another thing you can do is you can do it right over the bowl, but I want to get this over here. I'm gonna make sure that's perfectly level. Huh. Didn't even need the bowl. Lucky me. Not yet, anyway. Okay, now that that's in there, you're done with the vanilla extract. So then you need 2 large eggs, and you add that right to this bowl as well. So when you're cracking an egg, you want to crack it a little bit, and you get your fingers in there, and you can open it up and let it all out. And you want to make sure that you don't get any shell in there, because then that might come up in one of the cookies. Done with the eggs. And you want to make sure you wash your hands after the eggs, because you get some gross yolk on there too. Then you want to mix all these wet ingredients so that the eggs are all like evenly dispersed and mixed throughout the thing. So I'll show you this when it's perfectly mixed. When this looks really like good and mixed, then you're gonna want to come over to back to the dry ingredients that you did from before, and you're gonna want to slowly add this into the wet ingredients. You're gonna want to get it all around, and then when you're done with that, you want to mix these two together until it is very well mixed. When you are finished mixing and it looks really well put together and mixed, then you want to come over to the chocolate chips, and you put 2 whole cups of chocolate chips in. And you just want to pour them in there until they look near the top. And then pour that in there. Then you do that one more time, and then you want to mix again. Okay, when you are done with second chocolate chip, then you pour those in. And then you want to stir these up again so the chocolate chips are all over. So when this is all mixed and the chocolate chips are kind of everywhere, then you want to grab about 2 pans, and then you want to grab like just a spoon, normal spoon, and then you spoon like big chunk, maybe not even that big, and then set that down on the tray, and these are your cookies. As you're putting all the cookies on the tray, you want to space them out so they don't like connect. So I usually do 3 across, and then we'll see how many rows down. So when you're about done, this is my last one. Done both trays. Then you you can set your spoon down in the bowl or wherever you want. And then you want to grab these 2 trays. First, I'm going to get a napkin. Wipe off my hands. Then you want to grab the 2 trays. Bring them over here. Then you want to get your handy dandy oven mitts on because you don't want to burn your hand. That would not be good. So first, you open up the oven. We preheated this earlier to 375 degrees. And you can just slide these right in there. And then you're supposed to cook them from 9 to 11 minutes, so I usually do right in the middle of that. I cook them for about 10 minutes. So then you set it for 10 minutes. And then we wait 10 minutes. While you are waiting for your cookies to be made, then you can come back over here and clean up your amazing mess. So much fun. So while the other cookies are baking right now, I have some leftovers. So usually what I do with my leftovers is I scoop them all up onto my spoon and put it on here. And you can make like your own little cookie cake, but this might take a little longer to bake and you have to flatten it out a little bit more. Now you have one big cookie with a little circle. It's your own personal cookie that your siblings and family cannot touch besides you, because you're gonna hide this one on the bottom part of the oven. So then you can put this in with the other ones, but when you take those out when the timer's done, you're probably gonna wanna let this one cook a little longer because it's bigger. So now that you put your big cookie in there, now you can get to cleaning. Maybe you can wet some paper towels. You never know what you're gonna need to do. And you wanna wipe this all, just wipe it all up. Maybe make a big pile. Whatever you like to do. This is where you really get to customize it into how you wanna shape your cleaning. So when the dishes are all clean, you wanna come over here. Camera can come, camera. Just kidding. Timer's almost done. 10 seconds until these glorious cookies are finished. Can't wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep. Okay. So when you pull this out, these don't look completely done, so I'm going to keep these in here for another 2 minutes, and then we'll see if they're ready then. So now you want to set your timer for 2 minutes. And now we have to wait 2 more minutes. So while you're waiting, you're going to want to take out some aluminum foil. And then you can set the cookies on this so that they're not on the pan. And you can just take them off and put them right on this. And then when you're done eating what you're going to eat, you can wrap them right up so that you have them for later. Now that this timer is just about done, you're going to want to check them again. Make sure they're done. Just look done. So then you can set them right on the stove here. And then second one, set it right here. Now you gotta let them cool down until you can eat them, and make sure you leave your big one in there because that's not ready yet. 5 minutes of cool down time. So I'm going to set the timer for 5 more minutes for the big cookie because that one is not done yet. So you're going to want to carefully take the cookies off and put them on aluminum so they can cool down. And you can use really what you want to do this. I usually use a little spatula. So when you're done transferring the cookies, you want to let them cool for about 1-2 more minutes. The trays might be hot, but then you want to remove the trays. Maybe you can just put them in your sink if you want. Then you can clean those later when you're done enjoying your tasty cookies. While you're waiting for the cookies, you might want to do a little boxing workout. With your brother, maybe. Okay. So now that the cookie is done, the big cookie, we're gonna take this bad boy out. Look at that. Yum. You gotta let that cool down before you get in that. But since these cookies have been cooling for a little bit, I think it is time to try them. But before you enjoy your cookies, you want to make sure your oven is off so it can cool down and not stay on. And then you can let this sit for a little bit before you move that to an aluminum foil. And now we're ready to try our tasty cookies. So now that they're cooled down, you're ready to bite into one. Soft and delicious and tasty. Best cookies I've ever had. Oh, sorry, Food Network is calling me. I think it's because I have the best cookies ever. So, let's answer this. I think I'm getting my own TV show now. Hey, Food Network. What's up? Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there soon. Food Network, new show. Connor the Baker. Food Network wants me. I think Independent Living wants me. Don't you think, Mrs. Milliken? Because these are tasty.